guys, welcome to the first episode of the chat with K and J. I'm Jay.
And I'm Kay. On the chat, we'll be discussing fashion, beauty, lifestyle, business, and anything in between.
So we'll be talking about what's hot, what's trending, what's not, what's in, what's out, and I can't wait to take you guys on this journey. So let's go.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you?
I've been ready.
Ready.
So guys, our episode today will be an introduction. So on this episode, we'll give you an idea of who we are, where we're from, what we like.
I'm ready, and getting to know us will be so fun. You'll feel a little vibe, Team J or Team K. Are you ready?
It's K all the way.
Nah, I think it's gonna be Team J all the way.
All right, let's go. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So let's get to know a little bit about us, who we are, and everything. So, who is your favorite artist and fashion icon?
Artist as in creative or music?
It could be music, creative.
All right, I'll go music.
Okay.
Definitely Rihanna. That's my girl, Riri all the way. She's from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
We from the Caribbean,
Yeah.
Can't pick anybody else.
I know, and she's also your fashion icon too?
Fashion icon. You know what? I'll go with her.
Yeah.
I'll go with her. Over the years, she's had our different outfits, the Met Gala, all those different events.
Yeah.
She's always on the top.
And consistent with it.
So definitely, both as an artist and fashion icon, I definitely go with my girl Riri.
Funny you say that. She's also my favorite artist and fashion icon.
Come on, yeah,
No,
you
honestly,
have to pick somebody else.
No. Honestly, because I've always tell people, me and Rihanna are kind of like the same. We came to the US the same year.
Oh,
we're the
cool.
same age. We're
didn't know
both
that.
Pisces. She has a best friend named Melissa. Besides you, I also have my best friend named Melissa.
Oh,
You know
come
what I
on.
mean? We both are in the beauty industries. Like, we're living the same life, except she's rich,
Well, you can get there. You can get there. So we're both Team Riri. So
Both team Riri.
I guess good. Best friends think alike.
Best friends think alike. And that's another thing, guys. We are best friends for over 12 years. This is 12
Yep.
years in the making.
That's why it's a chat with J and K. You'll be getting a lot of information, a lot of scoop, a lot of tea on what
Yeah.
has gone on in our friendship and what is going on.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, it's my time.
okay.
So, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but just for our listeners,
Yes.
what's your background and where are you from?
So, I'm from the beautiful island of Jamaica. I'm from,
Well, I guess background then that will cover for that.
yeah.
So, let me just add something else to the background then.
Sure.
Background in your career.
Career.
So,
Okay,
just let's use
okay.
career for background.
All right. So, besides being a spicy Jamaican, I'm also a makeup artist. I'm a business owner. And I started out funny. I started out as a hairstylist. You remember?
I
We started
remember.
out together.
we met at that stage.
We met shooting for a photo shoot.
Photo shoot.
And I went to beauty school, and I left beauty school, and I needed, back then it wasn't content. Back then you had to build a portfolio. So
Right.
we had to take pictures and stuff, and showcasing my artwork so I could walk around with a big folder showing people what I could do. So I started out as a hairstylist, and I did that for a few years, and you were actually the person who made me really start doing makeup seriously, because when you started the magazine, you needed makeup artists and stuff, and
But let's not jump too
True.
too far
But
ahead
so
with that, because then
yeah.
if you do that, you're kind of going to mess up my
yeah,
questions
true.
and stuff. But
So
yeah.
I started out as a hairstylist and doing makeup while on set.
Right.
So I'm both hair and makeup, and ventured into starting my own business as a beauty provider, selling makeup and stuff.
All right, good.
Yeah. So, what made you start your career in the fashion industry?
All right, fashion. Actually, I've always liked fashion, but in Jamaica, I studied computer science and media. So I worked in TV for a while
Yeah.
while there. But when I moved here, and New York City. You
Yeah.
move to New York City, and you see all the fashion, the building, everybody dressed up, walking around. I was like, damn, I have to go in fashion. I have to. There's no way I'm gonna do anything else. So I started out as a photographer. You know, doing a lot of free photo shoots.
Tell me
So
about
I
free.
kind of spent like 2 years of my time shooting free photo shoot because to really move up in the industry, you have to network,
Yeah.
build connections, build portfolio. So, I was shooting, networking, going to like a lot of meetups, doing group photo shoots and all of that stuff. And that's kind of how I got started. I increased on my skills, made connections, and agencies, models, makeup artists, hairstylists. That's how I kind of built my connections and my list. And that's how I got started. But fashion, from my background of fashion in New York, was a no brainer.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything
Anything
else
else? Yeah.
except fashion. So, that's how I got started. And from that, I launched the magazine, which was an extension of,
Oh,
you know, my experience in fashion. So that's kind of how I got started.
yeah.
It was basically coming to New York, jumping in
Yeah.
and, take advantage of everything that New York
Has
had
to
to
offer.
offer because,
Yeah.
with fashion being the fashion capital, you have everybody all around. You go on the streets, you pick up models, you meet models, you see girls walking, that's a
Yeah.
model.
Yep.
And going out with people, going out with friends, that's how I met other
Yeah.
photographers, other makeup artists and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got my
Yeah.
start in fashion.
So let me piggyback on that question because, well, not say piggyback, but add to that question.
Or answer how you got started in fashion then. That's what
It's
you that's what
no,
you
no,
want
no.
to
It's
do?
kind no. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's for you the same
Okay,
question.
okay, okay.
Because would you say? Because back then we had to really work to get booked for something. It's not like now with Instagram where you can post
Yeah,
something and it can go
yeah.
viral.
There was no Instagram.
Back
There was
then we
no
had to
there was no
work.
Instagram then.
So you think had you had Instagram when you were starting out, it would have made things way
Way
easier?
different, way
Yeah.
different. What I would say, it would cut the time in more than half
More than half, yeah.
because what would take you 2 3 years, because as I said, we had to go out a
We had
lot,
to
we had to
work.
network a lot. So imagine, so on Instagram you're networking, right? So imagine removing that from online where it's immediate
Yeah.
access to in person where the only way you'd make that connection is going to a fashion show.
Yeah.
So with Instagram, you meet people 24 hours a day, every day.
Yeah.
Fashion shows were like once a month. On a good month, you get two or three
Yeah, yeah,
fashion
yeah.
shows. So imagine having to wait to go to a fashion show
Yeah.
or a networking event or a friend having a photo shoot and they're like, hey, I'm having a photo shoot. You want to, come
To come,
along?
yeah, yeah.
And because that's what we normally do with other photographer friends, what they know when they have photo shoots, they'll invite me and I'll either come and watch, but in most cases assist. And that's how I made connections with other person.
Yeah.
So the makeup artist, the hairstylist on the shoot, I'll introduce myself and
Yeah.
show them a little
What you
bit, because at
yeah.
that time, even though you didn't have social media, you still had pictures
Pictures,
in your phone.
portfolios,
That's
and
really
yeah.
what your camera roll was basically your Instagram feed,
Yeah.
because you take pictures, you save it in your camera roll, you show it to friends. So yeah, if I had Instagram, then
You're gonna make it.
I'd probably be further ahead. No, because I would have like a quicker start.
Yeah. Honestly, I struggle on Instagram now. And I really miss how things were back then. And it took me a while to really accept Instagram, to be honest, to accept social media, period. Because I was really doing well that the old fashioned way. And I struggle on Instagram, on social media. So I kind of miss. But had I had Instagram back then, where I knew all those people back then, it
But
probably would have
if
been
you're
easier.
struggling now, do you think you would have struggled then if you had it then?
I don't think so because back then I was way more driven. I was fresh out of beauty school.
Yeah.
I was just so hungry and so much eager, and I didn't have a lot of responsibility. Responsibility changed things, you
Yeah,
know.
right.
So
That's true.
yeah,
That's
and I
true.
had Instagram back then when I
Even with, you
started
know
out.
what? That's true because back then we used to create a lot of
A
content
lot
before content
before
was content.
content.
You know,
We used to just randomly shoot.
you're right because we had a lot of stuff, a lot of pictures, a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of
Yes,
shoot.
yes.
Then, so you're right. If we had Instagram, then we would have more
More.
than enough
And we used
content.
to go out more. We used to go places a lot. We used to
Right.
we were in Brooklyn, we were in the Bronx, we were all over. We were in Canada. We
Right.
traveled.
Right.
We had content back there then before content was content.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Had I had Instagram back then, I would have been way further because I was more driven. I had less responsibilities.
Yeah,
And
true.
life didn't really happen yet, you know?
Yeah. So my second question then is kind of well, great minds think like it's kind of along the same
Yeah.
road where what influenced you to so now you ask me how I got started.
Yeah.
So my question is what influenced you to enter in the beauty
In the beauty.
and hair industry?
So moving here to the US 2005, you know, my goal was to become the best entertainment lawyer in the US.
I
Like,
didn't know that.
yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer or a journalist.
Well, I'm learning.
I
I'm learning today.
Well, I never.
I didn't know
I
that lawyer
never-
was on your list.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I never talked about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because financially, I couldn't afford to go to law school and stuff like that. So, and I was working minimum wage jobs and stuff like that. So, I'm like laying down in bed one day, and I'm like, you know, I can do my own hair. Why not go to school and learn? I
Right.
started drawing stuff. When I graduate, I'm gonna open my first salon. It's gonna call Salon Ice.
Salon ice.
I don't know.
Then again, guys, I'm learning that today. I've never
Because
heard that
but-
name
yeah,
before.
Salon Ice. It was gonna be blue and silver. It was.
Thank God
'cause
for the
it-
chat
you-
because I wouldn't have known none of this.
No, remember back home, or if you know any Caribbean salon or Jamaican salon, is very colorful.
Right.
So it was gonna be blue and silver and all these glitz and glam and stuff salon. So when I went to beauty school now and I started learning the art of beauty and how beauty and fashion coexist so perfectly. And they used to send us on like free like fashion week. They used to send us there. Like we used to get into fashion week as going to
you were
beauty
privileged.
school.
You were privileged back
Yeah,
then.
going to beauty. I went to Empire
Look
Beauty
at that.
School, right? So I went to Empire Beauty School. So they used to send us out to. I went to Marc Jacobs Fashion Week, fashion shows. I went to a lot of fashion shows, and we would basically assist other stylists and hairstylists and makeup artists and stuff like that. So when I saw that world of beauty and hair and makeup, I said, I don't want to work in a salon. There is no way I'm going to be locked up in a shop all day and this is happening.
Right.
So that kind of changed my vision of what I wanted to do when it comes to hair. I never saw makeup in my future. I always thought I was going to be the best, baddest hairstylist in the world. You know what I mean? But working on set and makeup artists would show up late and stuff like that, and people would ask me, can you do makeup? And I'm like, no. But they're like, whatever you did with your face, do with your face, do their face. And that's how I started practicing and learning. And you of course gave me a lot of chances to, because we were shooting a lot.
We were shooting.
We were shooting a lot. So yeah,
That's
all.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm learning new stuff.
Right?
I thought I knew the answer to the question, but I kind of do. But
Yeah,
there were additional stuff
Yeah,
that you're
stuff that
now
I
telling
hid
me.
away, because who wants the salon ice?
All right.
All right, so if not the beauty / fashion industry, what other industry would you venture into?
All right. I've thought about it over the past couple of years, and I'm gonna hit you with this one.
Yeah.
So, I thought to myself, even with the pandemic coming, 'cause when the pandemic hit, we everybody, we kind of didn't know what was going to happen next. If you were going to still have your job,
Yeah.
if your business would still be profitable, or would you have to give it up or do something else. So just curiously, I was thinking, and I'm like, what else would I do? I know I worked in TV before, but I was like, I wouldn't want to go back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go back in that industry. I would want to try something different, something fresh. So I thought about it. I was like, I would be a chef.
Ah, chef.
Because over the past couple of years too or so, I've been cooking a lot more, and I realized that it's more fun than I thought. Because especially growing up not growing up, living in New York,
Yeah.
you didn't really have time to cook
No
or
one
any
has
of those
time to
stuff.
do anything
A lot of times we either run to the Chinese store
Or
or
the quick Jamaican restaurant.
restaurant, pick
like
up food.
that,
But
yeah.
then, cooking a lot more, I'm like, this is fun. And I think what made it so much fun was the fact that it was basically not that I didn't know how to cook. I could cook, but now I'm learning more stuff, learning more recipes.
Yeah.
Now, instead of regular, you'd buy fried chicken or curry chicken
Yeah.
or
jerk chicken.
just regular stuff. Now
Yeah.
I don't have to look on a restaurant menu and depend on their menu to determine what I eat. Now I could choose whatever I want, choose whatever flavor, whatever style.
Yeah.
And then Google is my
Of
best
course, Google.
friend.
I love
I
Google.
Google all my recipes.
I love Google.
Recipes there, just to do it right and have an idea. Because like for me, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me with cooking. Why even growing up even as an adult, I was scared about is the whole timing and measurement. So I'll drop a little secret on you guys.
Okay. I'm ready.
Probably one of the easiest thing ever. I not say I can't cook, but I don't trust myself to cook it. Rice. I hate cooking rice. I just feel like it's just one of the hardest things to cook in the sense where
It's easy to spoil.
right, the timing and the amount of water. Because you put the water in there and it either end up too soft
Or too tough.
or too hard.
Or hard.
And and it's how long? Do you cook it for 10 minutes? Do you cook it for 15 minutes? So, I just bought a rice cooker.
Yeah.
And that does that job for me. Once I solved that by getting the rice cooker to deal with the rice for me, then cooking became a lot more fun. Now I can focus on other stuff because like as Jamaicans we cook what we call it food, yam, banana, dumpling, and all that stuff. Those stuff are easy to cook.
Yeah.
When it, you just boil it in water, so it's just really how much salt and it. But yeah, and from a business standpoint, I would open a restaurant as an extension of a chef. So being a chef, not that I would, want to really cook for a restaurant, but having my own restaurant would be amazing. So yeah, it kind of will probably throw people off like him wanting to be a chef. Yeah, it's fun. Trust me, people.
Because I saw you cooking a lot lately.
Cooking is a lot more fun than we think. Probably the best motivator is just have a nice clean kitchen.
Yeah.
Once you have a nice clean kitchen, then you're motivated to cook.
That's true. I've been experimenting with cooking too. I've always could cook. I don't love cooking, but I don't mind cooking. But honestly, I've been trying different culture food because I'm tired of eating the same Jamaican food every single day. So I've been trying different culture food, and it's been amazing.
What's your favorite so far?
My favorite thing to make or favorite culture
outside of
me cooking?
Jamaican. What experimenting with different cultures?
So
which dish or from what country?
I love Indian cuisine.
But that's cheating though.
It's similar, right?
Because we're West Indian, so it's kind of the same spicy with curry.
But okay,
and
so
all
I
that stuff.
don't know what culture food this is, but I've recently been because I love chicken breast to a certain extent, like because it's easy. It's not the easiest thing to taste good, to be honest. You have to really flavor chicken breast. But I've been doing stuffed chicken breasts with spinach. Oh,
That sounds good.
You've never tried stuffed chicken breast with
I've
spinach?
never stuffed chicken breast any at all with
Yeah,
anything.
listen to me. You missing
Never,
out.
never stuffed. But because I
But I
don't
don't
like
know what
chicken
culture
breast.
that
I don't
is.
like chicken breast
Yeah.
because it's just. I just find that chicken breast, even though they say it's the more healthier part of the
Yeah.
chicken, but it's just too
Fleshy.
dry
Dry.
and
It's
chewy for me.
it's how you cook it though, and it's all your
Yeah,
seasonings and
I think
stuff.
for me, chicken breasts do better like a sandwich
Yeah.
or something like
But
that.
all
But
right, try the stuffed chicken breast with spinach. It's spinach with cream cheese and mayo and mix up black pepper. You could season how you want because I put my own Caribbean twist to it. But it's really nice. It's bad.
yep, yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. Chicken breast tastes good, but it's just the feel,
And the
the
texture.
texture of it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like chicken
It takes.
breast.
Yeah, listen, I love my favorite part of chicken is chicken wings
Yeah.
and then chicken thigh. Growing up we like the drumstick, but
Yeah.
no,
No,
I'm
not
like,
me.
nah, the wings is then the thighs because those parts I feel are more juicier
Juicy?
and softer. You have to chew less. For chicken breast,
Yeah.
if you have to chew 10 times with the wings, you just need to chew
Two.
4
Okay, so my favorite part of the chicken, and this is gonna get real Jamaican real quick.
at the back.
Me love chicken back.
Listen, Americans know
Me
nothing
love
about that.
chicken back cause me love chew bone.
Oh God. All right. All right. So, my next question, it's a little bit more
Okay.
elementary or general if you want. So it would just be basic general stuff about you. No. So
Okay.
it's 3 parts.
Okay.
What's your favorite color, your favorite food, and favorite destination? So you can just answer that in that order.
So my favorite color is brown. Anything neutral brown. You know this.
I
And
think that, yeah.
you
I do.
never
I
know
do.
this?
I know. Trust me.
My favorite food is anything Indian.
Okay.
I love Indian food. I love anything
I thought
Indian.
you were gonna say ackee and saltfish. Come on.
I mean Jamaican
Or
food.
oxtail. Oxtail, no?
Oxtail expensive.
Yeah, you have a point.
Guys, oxtail is too expensive to love it right now.
I love
So
it, but
but I love my Jamaican food, of course. That's something I eat every day. But like, if I should step outside of it, it's Indian.
Okay.
I mean, it's similar.
that's cool. That's
My
fine.
favorite place to go, I want to go, and like, I would give anything to go. I want to go to Egypt.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love
Okay.
Egypt. I'm obsessed with Egyptian culture and the pyramids and the mummies.
Yeah,
and
I love
I
I love the
just
history. I watch a lot of
I would drop
stuff on the
everything
history of
right
Egypt.
now if somebody an archaeologist come and say, Janice, do you want to go to Egypt
I mean, you can go
for a
I mean,
year or two with me?
add it as your next vacation
We should
spot.
go.
I love Egypt, but I don't. I mean,
You know?
I don't know. I have my destinations
What
on my
is your
list.
favorite destination?
So I mean, I would have to go to my places first before I add Egypt. But I mean, I'll answer in the.
So
well,
what's your favorite color, places, and
my favorite color is red.
red?
No, you didn't have to do that. but like when it comes to favorite color, I like to pair it. So I would say red and black.
Okay.
Because, everything, like most things I have, my car, black exterior, red interior,
Yeah.
everything I have red and black. Red and black. So in most cases, even though red, favorite color, I pair everything with red and black. So yeah, favorite food. That's a hard one. Because with my cooking escapades,
Yeah.
I'm
You found a lot of
I've grown
favorites.
to love,
Yeah.
but so I'll add the S, favorite foods,
Okay.
because it's hard because chicken wings. I love chicken wings.
Okay.
It's so simple, but it's the best thing because, as I say, I don't think, like, for me that's comfort food.
Comfort. Okay.
So I'll feel for it, or if I'm just relaxing, watching a movie or just chilling.
Yeah.
chicken wings is easy, and I'm a flats person.
Yeah.
I don't love drums. So
I'm
normally,
a drum. I'm team drum. No,
So,
team drum.
the worst part is even so when I buy like raw chicken wings, when
Yeah.
I'm preparing them, I normally separate them. I'll take out the drums and put them aside. And I mean I'll add a few, but I love the flats because it's easy, suck it off the bone, you're good to go. The drums, it's a lot more work.
I love the drum.
But chicken wings and oxtail is next. I can, even though as you say it's expensive, I don't buy it a lot more. But whenever I have oxtail,
Yeah.
that's it for me. But culture now, there has been a switch. There has been a switch somewhat because being in New York and going to Fashion Week, I used to love sushi a lot. But there's been a switch.
Yeah.
In I love Thai food. So this is the tricky part of it. Those who know me know I don't like spicy food.
Yeah.
I don't like
So-
spicy food. But Thai food is spicy.
Yeah.
But I have an exception and condition when it comes to spicy food. If I love it, I'm gonna bear the spice. I'm gonna take this. Thai food, amazing. Drunken shrimp drunken noodles. Shrimp drunken noodles, amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best. I love, and that's one thing I've learned to love over the years is rice noodles. Amazing.
I've never had rice noodles.
What?
I've never ever had rice
Listen,
noodles.
I'm telling you this. I can give up pasta today
for rice
for
noodles.
rice
I've
noodles.
never had rice noodles.
Trust me, you have to try. You ever had Thai food?
I've had Thai food.
Haven't had shrimp drunken noodles?
Uh,
All right.
listen,
I got you.
to be honest, I've had Thai food. I don't know what the hell I had.
All right. We're gonna find a Thai restaurant
Okay.
and I'm gonna let you try it. Trust
Okay.
me. Trust me.
All right.
You won't be disappointed. So yeah, I love Thai food. And you probably had the chicken pad Thai.
I don't
So
know nothing.
it
I
had
don't know.
like peanuts, you have like nuts in it.
Never
It
had
wasn't
that.
pad Thai. So yeah, you have a lot to
So place
yeah,
to
yeah.
travel.
You have a lot to learn about food. Well, Thai food.
Thai.
Thai food.
Where would you go? Travel. We never answered the travel part.
Destination. That's a tough one. Okay, so I'm gonna
You can't say Jamaica. That's
no.
cool. Okay.
But I was going to preface it by saying I'm a tropical guy. Grew up in Jamaica, so I'm gonna for this case, I'm gonna stay tropical.
Okay.
The Maldives.
I love.
The Maldives. You know what? Keep catching me every time. Even whenever I pick other places
Yeah.
like Dubai or Japan or other
Yeah.
places. Once you see the pictures of
Of
those
the
water
the clear
and the
blue
huts
pretty-
in the water is like I just feel like somebody pour a bucket of like nice fresh water
Yeah.
over me and I'm like
Yeah.
I want to go there.
Okay. So
I want to go there.
and it's not. I heard it's not that expensive
It is.
to vacation there. Some places are really really expensive. The ones on the water, the things on the water.
I mean, but then
Wow.
if it's your favorite destination and you're gonna travel, you just have to go
Just
all out.
spend- Yeah.
Save up that money,
Yeah.
make the trip,
Listen.
enjoy the full thing.
Hey. All right. So, my next question to you. Well, you answered the travel part. What era is your favorite era?
That's easy. I like the Victorian.
The
era.
Victorian era, yeah.
You know,
Why?
because for me, like I love old English history, and in extension, old European history.
Yeah.
You know, from those times with kings, and you know, when you watch even like Bridgerton,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's
That's
a-
like fantasized version.
right. But like, if you go really older and really in depth, I love old English. Trust
Yeah.
me, the wardrobe back then was
I know the dressing.
perfect. Was magical.
Yeah.
Though those what do you call them, man? What, dressmakers or tailors?
Tailors,
Whatever they were creative
were-
and
They
clean.
were, yeah. They were.
Those outfits are amazing. And I mean, when you look on fashion now, I know that, evolution, a
Yeah.
lot of stuff have evolved with,
Yeah.
with time, with taste,
Yeah.
with creativity. But each time when I compare and contrast, modern time
Yeah.
or fashion, that time, the old time always win for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter how much style and fashion has evolved and
Yeah.
improved, and with technology and with more creative people. But when you really look back on those times and the outfits,
Yeah.
still perfect for me. If I had a choice, I would want to
You
at
want to
least
live in that era?
live in just to I mean, I don't know if I'd want to live my entire life during that time, because it's a different time now
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
different levels, different classes. You have the kings, the
I
royal,
think
and
back
then the
then was more
peasants.
class system than anything.
Right. So then, if I'm in the lower class, then
Yeah.
there's
That's
there,
rough.
there's nothing
That's
there
just
for me
rough.
to experience. So if I would want to live in that time, I
Mm-hmm.
would have to be in the royal
Yeah.
class, or the upper class. To you have to be in that
To
class to really enjoy
experience
it.
the yeah.
Yeah. So
You want to know my favorite era? The 1920s. I love the 1920s, the whole Gatsby vibe, the fun. It's that era just looked like pure fun. Like it was no care, crazy money being made, and just pure fun. I don't drink, so I don't care about the drinking aspect of that era, but that era just looked like it's so
yeah,
fun, and that's just
yeah.
me. That era is me. I would live in the 1920s. I know it would have been rough, but I would so live in the 1920s. The fashion in the 1920s was another level too. It wasn't as dramatic and over exaggerated as the Victorian era, for example, but that era with the flapper dresses and all those things,
So you kind of like the more simpler
not they
time.
weren't simple.
I
They
mean,
weren't simple. They were flashy. It was more glam.
it was
It was
glam,
more
but
glam.
then I think over time glam, like there's levels to it
There's
then,
levels to it.
because
Yeah.
then the more you go up in time,
Yeah. The 1920s was very sexy.
yeah,
It was a very
yeah,
sexy era, like boobs up.
yeah.
I mean, the Victorian era
That
was the
time,
boobs were up there
that time,
too,
that
but
time, you didn't get looked at
you didn't get
for
looked at like, you know what I
sideways
mean?
for being
Do you
sexy.
know what I mean? Like sexy was it. Like if you weren't overly sexy, I feel like in the 1920s, like you weren't saying anything. The dress code, the hairstyles.
Yeah,
The makeup in the 1920s was more red lips. That they exaggerated the reds. But the dressing and the hair, my era.
all right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kind of go back now, back to not reality, but to where we started.
Yeah.
So you have a business.
Yes.
So this is you kind of tried to touch it in the beginning, and I
Yeah.
kind of stopped
Yeah,
you
yeah.
because I didn't want you to mess up
Mess up.
my
Yeah.
question
Yeah.
here. So your business, one, what's it called? So that what's it's called, so
Yeah.
our listeners and viewers can know. And how did you start? What that business? What pushed you to say, okay, then I'm gonna start this business,
Okay, so the name of my business is JSP
which
Cosmetics.
I know.
Because you did the logo, we did the everything. So every logo that I have, guys, every single logo you see me with, he's the person behind all. He's very creative. So yeah, so it's JSB Cosmetics. It's a full line cosmetic company, and we're growing. And under JSB, we have the Guys by Brick, which is a grooming company for men, beard oil, beard care, the whole beard grooming caring thing. Bath care as well, skin care for guys, and all of that. I started JSB in 2012. And I really didn't intend on starting JSB Cosmetics. I really wanted to do like a franchise, maybe of Sephora and stuff. And then I found out Sephora does not franchise.
Oh man.
Do you know what I mean? That's really what I wanted to do. But I know I wanted to do something like that. And no one was doing it at that time.
Right.
I was like one of the few people that started a makeup company because it seemed impossible at
Right.
that time. You know what I mean? but with good research and doing the background work, and I couldn't really find shades. You remember we had that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
conversation?
You couldn't find
Yeah, I
shades to
couldn't
fit
find my shades. Like
your complexion.
every time I go to Sephora, Walgreens, there was no Ulta at the time. It was a Sephora, Walgreens, or you're going to Macy's or something. You have to mix a bunch of shades together,
To get your
and
color, yeah.
and it may seem like Rihanna started this whole deepest, darkest shade, but you remember I had a dark, dark, dark shade that would not sell.
Yeah.
For some reason, I couldn't sell the darkest shades. Now, it's
Yeah, because
okay, but that's
darker
really
girls are
what
standing up.
you know what I mean? That's
So
why
yeah.
I really that's why I really started. But I thank Rihanna though for putting that out there, because I had a tough time selling or marketing those shades, because back then if you didn't have a certain person marketing certain person, you're not moving anything
Right.
back then. So that's why I really started. And then I opened this store, because I have a store, guys, in Bridgeport, 1127 Main Street, downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Plug it,
And
girl, plug
right,
it.
and then I opened my store because I feel like Bridgeport needed something like this, something glamorous, because people dump on Bridgeport. People think Bridgeport is the worst place to live and stuff like that. So I wanted people to feel like they're on
They're
Fifth
definitely
Avenue.
wrong.
Right, and they're definitely wrong. So I wanted people to feel like they're on Fifth Avenue when they come to my store in Bridgeport. And every time someone comes in, that's the exact expression I get. Oh my God, I feel like I'm on Fifth Avenue in the city,
Nice,
such and
nice.
such. Yeah, so, and then I do have stuff for men. So bring your guys, friends, your husbands, your men, your
Yeah,
side
it's
pieces,
for
everybody.
everybody.
Bring them over
Bring
here.
the whole family.
Bring the whole. I even have stuff kids could enjoy. I have
There
Joy
you go.
Ashley, which you created, helped me create it, the logo too, and it's bath products for anyone. So your little babies can use the bath soaps that we sell here for Joy Ashley too. So bring them on over. Yeah. So talk about your business.
So it's Elements magazine.
Yeah.
I started it around the same time. So I use 2012 as January 2012
Yes.
as the origin, but I started it in 2011,
Yeah,
like around October, September, thereabout. But the reason why I say 2012 because that's when I released the first print edition.
Right. Which
Because
I was the
before
makeup
then, when I
artist,
started,
guys.
it was like digital, really, and that was kind of like those few months was kind of like the experimental
Yeah.
stage to see if I could do it,
Yeah.
to see if I liked it, to see if it made sense or whatever. But it did. I loved it. It made sense. It was working.
And it's making sense.
Yeah. So January 2012, when what's her name that we did
Naomi,
we did
the
the first.
fencer from the real world. That girl. She's
That
a
was
real
that
one.
was the first. I still have a copy of it.
Yeah.
The first issue I did, and it took off from then.
Yeah.
And
it was my first real published makeup work. It wasn't good though, but it was.
I mean, back then.
Back then it was acceptable.
It felt good, but no, when
but
you
to
when you
look at
back,
it, I was
yeah.
like, ooh.
So 10 years. This year, 2022.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating 10 years.
too.
Amazing, and looking back at it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like people who I dreamt about or saw on TV or saw in magazine, I was able to work with them in person, face to face. For those I didn't work with face to face, I worked with them virtually or, third party in, getting them in the magazine, and it's amazing. I can list a bunch of celebrities I've worked with. I can list mentors or people I look up to
yeah.
that I think I would never ever make any contact with, whether it be in person or virtually, that I'm working with, not only have worked with, but I'm working with. And it's great. It's doing amazing. As I said, 10 years. And the next 10 years gonna be even more amazing. Even though, with the pandemic and just the change in time and how things are done, it's kind of different now. It's changing, with video content kind of being the
Yeah.
in thing now, thanks to TikTok and Instagram for messing for
You
messing up
know.
magazines' lives.
Ah.
But with times, you have to change. With business, you have to change with the times. So it's doing great, and as I said, the next 10 years, I'm even more excited for it. Even though now I have to kind of push more outside of, if you want to call it comfort zone or
Yeah.
boundaries or wherever. But I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, and I have a lot more amazing stuff to come for the
That's
magazine.
good. That's exactly how I feel too. Like JSB's this month is gonna make 10 years since the
Nice.
12th of
Yeah.
September. It's gonna make 10 years since I launched JSB, and it's been rough. It's been a rough 10 years. You know what I mean? Like there were years I've completely given up on JSB. Remember some days I'm like I'm done because it's the beauty having a makeup company. You can't just have a makeup company. You have to have money to have a makeup company.
Right.
And if you don't have investors and if you're doing everything out of your pocket, it's rough. So there were times I just wanted to be done. But 2019 was the year I said, you know what? I'm either gonna do this or I'm not. Because I'm tired of going in and out, in and out,
Right.
in and out. So I decided to give it but I'm excited for the next 10 years of my life, even if it takes me out of JSB, I will still have JSB, but I want to be on the back end of JSB. I
Right.
want to have good employees. You know what I mean? I want to be doing things like
So,
this.
so you can spread your wings and
Yes,
fly, try
because I'm
try
looking
different
forward
other
to the.
passions and
Listen,
stuff.
Neil, we've been wanting to do something together for years.
Mm-hmm.
This is not overnight. This is years of thinking of what we can
Could
do
to-
together.
yeah,
We've always
we
tried.
brainstormed a lot
We've tried to
of
do
stuff.
products together. We've tried to do
We
so many things
brainstormed a lot of
together.
stuff.
And I can't believe we're actually here doing a podcast.
Who knew? But I mean, who knew that it would be a podcast? At that time, podcast wasn't that thing.
You know?
But yeah, we've brainstormed a lot of stuff.
A lot.
Tried different things, but you know, I don't know. It probably wasn't meant to be at that time.
And I love our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The one thing I can say about you, it's easy to have disagreements with you because it's easy to solve.
Right.
You don't judge. We don't have that type of friendship
Yeah,
where we
don't
judge each other. We never judge each other. You know what I mean? So it's easy to do things. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited for this journey. And I know the chat is like I can't wait for us to have millions of subscribers because I know this is gonna be something.
Yep, millions of subscribers.
Yes.
I can't wait for the millions of conversations.
You know what I mean?
Conversations that
like
we'll have.
we always have good conversations.
Yeah. So now it's like it shouldn't be even that hard. It should
No.
be easy. And I think with content and topics, it's gonna be easy because it's called a chat. So we've always had so many chats over the years.
So many.
Just that
Yeah, now it's
we didn't film it. We have no record of
now
it.
we have an audience.
No, we have record
Yeah.
of the chats. So I mean, that's the exciting part as well because what I really want for people to really get or understand about. That's why I guess the name, the chat, is it's more so of just our conversation.
Having a conversation.
Nice, comfortable, relaxed conversations about because we've talked about a lot of stuff over the years, along the lines of the topics that we'll be covering.
Yeah.
We work in fashion and beauty, so we've talked a lot about fashion and beauty. We've talked about our lives, lifestyle, business. We both own businesses.
Travel.
We've talked about business, travel. So it's really now talking about it in front of people.
Yeah.
Because we've only had
Just
those
us.
conversations between
Yeah.
ourselves. Now, you guys will get a front row seat to our conversations.
And guys, for those on YouTube, I want you guys to be involved in our conversations, be involved in our chats. Like, share, subscribe. Any questions you have for us, just put it in the comments, and I promise we will
Yeah.
answer it.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
chat. We'll chat about it.
Yeah, let's chat.
We'll chat about it.
I can't believe this is happening.
We're chatting.
We are chatting.
Okay. All right. So my next question is this one is kind of more,
Serious?
I don't know, it's serious, personal. You're gonna have to take
Deep breath.
an in-depth look into yourself
Oh, okay.
for this one. So here goes. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
If I could change one thing, you know what? I know what it is. I would be more I need to be more patient.
Okay.
I'm not as patient. Like I want things to happen immediately. I need to learn that not everything happens that way. You know, I need to trust the process. I have a hard time doing that.
You have to.
Yeah.
Trust me. Everything we do is a process.
Yeah.
And if you always think about the destination and the result,
Yeah.
because you know what's so funny? A lot of times we get to the destination and like it's like climax and then you fall. Like
yeah.
you get there and like,
Yeah. Like
okay, I reached there. Because a lot of times we don't
enjoy
the process.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to skip the entire process. You get to the destination. Yes, you get there. Yes, you achieve what you want, but you still kind of feel empty because you know no, because a lot of times the process is longer than the destination, right? So it's like running a race. You win the race, but that's like a split second once the race and the end.
That's it, yeah.
But then when you're running, it's
Yeah.
longer. So the process is normally the longer part, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes, the results give you that feeling of accomplishment and an instant feeling, but you based on the process you are able to enjoy that instant feeling more, because if there were stuff you learned about yourself during the process or challenges or obstacles you had to overcome, then the result
Yeah.
is even sweeter.
And I think that's why a lot of times I try not to make mistakes twice. But sometimes I make the same mistake over because I'm so worried about getting to the destination that I don't pay attention to the mistakes I'm making and stuff like that. And a lot of times I don't trust the process and enjoy getting to. I just want it done.
The only destination I rush is when I'm traveling because nobody enjoys a plane ride. You know, that's the only destination I rush. Once I'm on the plane, I just want to get where I'm going. But in other things in life, you know, the process is very important.
even with this, I'm like, I can't wait to get followers. I can't wait to get, you know what I mean? And it's like
I always have to
I'm
calm
not.
down,
You always are like, Jenny's just.
relax. It's a process. We're gonna get there, but there are other stuff that takes you there.
I think you know what it is. Real quick, I've gotten disappointed so many times. It's like I just want to get there before the disappointment.
But I feel like though, I mean, it sets you up to be disappointed more when you rush.
Yeah.
Because when you rush, you overlook a lot of things. You miss a lot of things. You know, you put unrealistic expectations on things and on people.
Yeah.
Because you're rushing it, you are expecting it to be of a certain result and done at a certain time, and then sometimes it's not humanly possible to do. So when you get to the destination and it's not how you wanted it to be or want it to be, you feel disappointed. But in reality, it just couldn't be done that way, the way you wanted it.
That's true.
So
You're absolutely right. And I think that's the one thing I need to change about myself more than anything.
if I should answer that, I would say procrastination.
You procrastinate.
Yeah, because you know what it is, and that's just me being honest and putting out my stuff out there. Because you know what? Because my personality and my nature is I work best under pressure. I work best under pressure. So, for example, if I know I have a deadline for tomorrow, my juices flow more. Because it's just a challenge of finishing it for tomorrow, and I'm more focused and attentive because I know that I have to finish it for tomorrow. But if say it's next week or 2 weeks ahead, I'm like, I don't have to do it now.
Okay,
I can do something else or focus on something else. And then, once it creeps up to the deadline, then I do
yeah.
it. But the bad thing about that though is when you push that close to the
Yeah.
deadline, sometimes you either don't get it the way you want to do, you don't get it done perfect, or sometimes you just don't.
Do it.
I mean, most
Or
cases
make
I do it, but
mistakes.
you don't complete it
Listen, and sometimes I want beating
fully.
at the head.
But I'm man enough to say that's one thing I
Yeah.
need to work on, which I'll be honest with you, is like the toughest thing because when that's your nature, it's just so hard to get out of it. But I've made steps
I've
and and
seen
and
little
and,
changes, but
and,
it's
and
it's it's it's
progresses.
it's it's
But that's one thing. God knows my heart. He knows my heart. So a lot of times my heart is in the right
but
place,
yeah.
but it's life. All right. So final question, guys. I promise you. I promise you.
We're almost done.
We're gonna let you guys go. We don't want to hold you. But what's your immediate goals and projections for the next 5 years? Because then people always say, "What's your goal for the next 5 years?" But for me, it's immediate. I use 5 years because you know I know that nothing happens overnight
Overnight,
or in
yeah.
a year. A lot of things we've achieved has taken time. But if we should go with the times and with technology, where things are shortened, so let me say immediate. So immediate is very short.
Yeah.
So let me say a year to 5 years then.
So within a year to 5 years, I want to be in a better financial position. I'm
Okay.
trying to get myself, more structured financially because there are things that I have in the works that I want to be completed within the next 5 years. You know what I mean? I'll elaborate more on that in future episodes. But if I'm structured financially and I set myself up the right way financially, those goals will be completed and achieved in 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's my main goal is
Financial.
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 Yeah.
Oh, my immediate goals, projections for 5 years. Immediate.
Yeah.
I mean, it would kind of. I mean, I just think as entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
financial has
It's
always been
always
a
been
part.
a
Will always
yeah.
been a part, but I wouldn't say it is a part of my goal, one of mine. But the major would be to expand my
Yeah.
business more further. You know, I registered, I re-registered my company
Yeah.
this year
Yeah.
as a media company,
Yeah.
Elements Media.
Yeah.
So people know it as Elements Magazine,
Yeah.
but I don't want it to be
Just a magazine.
magazine.
Yeah.
So I purposely re-registered it as Elements Media. So I want to expand it as a media house.
Okay.
You know, and it kind of goes in the right direction with what I do because I do a lot of stuff media related, creative related, and
Yeah.
with the platform that the magazine have created for me and the connections I've made, I feel as if I'm now in a position
Yeah.
to capitalize on that,
Yeah.
to capitalize on the platform, to capitalize on the connections, and with what is happening around us and how I look at it, on a broader scale. There's so much things to do
Yeah.
and as a business person to accomplish. So for me, it's both short term and
And
long
long
term
term.
because
Yeah.
short term is putting it into action now,
No. Yeah.
which will have a long term effect. But yeah, to expand my business,
Yeah.
that's at the top of the list. And short term as well, travel more,
Travel. Yeah.
more because you know what the funny thing is, as we mentioned earlier, before the pandemic or before life got this busy,
Yeah. We used
with
to
life,
travel.
business, family, and all of that stuff, we traveled a lot. But then comes responsibilities and stuff, and it slowed it down. But I think I was at my best
Yeah.
when I did that, and we always strive to be our best. And I think to get back
Yeah.
at my best, I'm in a great I'm in a great space. I'm in a great place. But when I say best, I feel as if that time was when all was well with the world. So
Yeah.
I want to get back to traveling more, experience more. Even though we've experienced a lot through business, I want to experience it personally.
Yes.
Closer to home, more intimate.
Yeah.
Hands-on.
Yeah.
So that's my goal.
Yeah, I would love to travel more. I just came back from Jamaica and I stayed at a villa.
Mm.
I don't, no, never say never, but I would try my best to stay at villas more often because villa experience and villa life is just
That is it.
so different and it
That
was
is it.
so good. So if I should travel more, no, I'm going to travel more.
Goodbye hotels.
Yeah, I want to go to, for example, I want to go to Europe. I would try to stay at a villa instead of a hotel.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
You know what I mean? Get that whole experience.
More
It's
personal
just,
and
it's just
intimate.
really beautiful. And I also want to lose some weight. That's a short term goal. I really want to lose the leg gut.
Leg up the belly. The belly.
Leg or the belly.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm on my fitness journey. I'm probably on the flip side. I'm not trying to lose anything.
You're trying to gain some
to
muscles and
to
stuff.
add onto what I already have. But
So,
yeah,
how do you feel about the first episode?
it's amazing.
So, guys, thanks for tuning into the first episode of the chat with us, K and J, and we can't wait to see you next week.
And we will be releasing episodes every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So guys, set your reminders, turn your notifications on, tell your friends.
To tell a friend.
Monday evenings at 7 p.m. there will be a chat.
Yes.
We'll be chatting.
will
So
be
don't
chatting.
forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, like, comment, follow us on Instagram at the chat KJ, and we will be releasing the episodes on YouTube. So the video will be YouTube, and then the audio will be Spotify,
Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts, and
Apple Podcasts,
Google
right?
Podcasts. So those are the 4 platforms we'll be using now, and
Yes.
then we'll see which other platforms fit. So it'll be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. So those 3 first ones will be just audio, so you can listen it while you're driving, whatever you're doing, your downtime, relax time, you're chilling, you listen, and when you don't drive and watch,
Drive and listen.
drive and listen.
Yeah.
Outside of that, outside of driving, watch us on YouTube.
Yeah. And guys, listen. Even if you're cooking and you want to watch us on YouTube, please play this in the background. Okay? Help us grow. Help us build up the audience. You know what I mean? Like, share, and comment. And tune in every Monday. And if you're not tuning in Monday, you can tune in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the way
You
back.
can watch it whenever you want.
Anytime.
But
Alright.
it releases Monday, so if you want to get it hot off the press, hot out the pot, hot
Yes.
out the oven,
Right.
then you
Nice
tune
and
in.
ready.
You tune in Mondays at 7 p.m.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And we love you, and we can't
This
wait
is
to talk
amazing.
to you next week.
This is amazing.
This is good.
Can't wait for the next chat.
All right.
Come
Bye, guys.
chat with us for the next episode.
Yes, Jaja.